Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Tuesday banger. That's a lock, y'all. It's time for the Tuesday banger, man. It's time for the Tuesday banger. That's a lock, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, man. And that's for y'all to just stay out of the way, man. That's it. I'm gonna keep telling y'all this every single day, man. Because I do not want y'all to go to that place called prison, man. I do not want y'all to have to get put on that bus and get taken away from your families, man. I do not want y'all to go through that, man. I'm telling y'all. Half of y'all think y'all know what y'all doing. Half of y'all out in the streets like, yo, I can handle jail, I can handle prison, because all my homies in there and all of this. No, it changes when you get in there, man. Because your big homie might be somebody from a whole nother city, man. From a part of your state that you never even been to, man. You might have to answer to them, man. Don't y'all know when you get locked up, man, all the politics change? Everything changes. It's not the same as on the street, man. You're gonna see everything changes. Some states, they have race politics. Some states, they have members politics, man. Like, you're gonna see a whole bunch of different things, man. And it's gonna be spooky. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, it's gonna be spooky, man. A lot of y'all can't handle it. I know a lot of y'all think y'all can handle it, but a lot of y'all can't handle it, man. So your best bet now is just stop what you're doing, man, and turn your whole life around. I know that sounds like a big miracle that I'm asking for, man, but it's really not. You control your arms, you control your legs, you control your mouth, paws, you control everything with your body, man. Stop doing what you're doing. It's simple. Just stop doing it. Move from where you at. Do something different, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. It's time for the Tuesday banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one. Like, shit, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called Bun Man. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. When we wear people, we in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, like, it's a lot of people in there, man, in penitentiary, man. Like, they really just value, like, these cookies and cakes, man, these snacks that you can go to any gas station, any grocery store, and buy how much you want of it, man. They are dudes in prison, man, that value that stuff like it's cash money, man. And the reason behind that is because a lot of these dudes hasn't been on the street in a long time, man. The only thing they know that has value is these cookies and cakes. And they treat those cookies and cakes like it's Benjamins and Franklins, man. They treat them like real money, man. I'm telling you, man. And they would do crazy things behind these cookies and cakes, man. I have seen stuff get really real behind the gas station food, y'all. That gas station food will have them going crazy, man. Every plate. So with that being said, though, we on Susses 2 for this, y'all. We on Susses 2. And I can remember being in 4B. And when I first got moved to 4B, them people put me in an empty cell, man. I thought it was my lucky day. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. Them people put me in an empty cell. And when you get put in an empty cell coming out the hole, like, it feels good. Because first of all, you out the hole. Second of all, you in the room dolo, man. Like, it's a different feeling, man. When I moved in, and I walked past my homeboy's cell that slept in cell 3. He was like, Weezy, where you going at? I was like, bro, they say I'm moving to cell 27. He was like, yo, that cell empty. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah, they locked both of them dudes up last night. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm gonna holler at you when I come out. I ain't even gonna lie, when I was going up the steps, I was like, man, an empty cell game? I was like, man, this shit crazy. Man, I'm about to go bananas on my pictures tonight, y'all. So boom. That's how I was feeling. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm dolo. Yeah, when I was in the hole, I went bananas on my pictures. But this is a different ball game. I'm out now. I'm gonna take me a shower, get comfortable, go get on the job, eat me something different. Then I'm gonna go have fun with the pictures, man. Pause, man. But like, that's what I was thinking. Like, that's what was going through my mind the whole time, man. When I moved in the room, I saw it was like, it was empty, but it was dirty though. I'm like, man, it was dirty. So I'm like, man, I gotta clean this joint up. Let me get this joint right. So I asked the CEO, can I get the cleaning supplies? Can I get my cell together? So while everybody was locked down, he let me clean my cell. So I cleaned the cell out real good, cleaned it out real nice, man. Like, you know, like you about to put your stuff here, your food, everything. You want to make sure everything is clean. That's the first thing of business, man, making sure your cell is clean. So I cleaned the whole cell. Got everything straight, man. And by the time I was finishing, it was time for Empire Rap. So when I came out, I seen a couple of the bros from the town in there, you know, got acquainted with them. I seen a couple of dudes that I never even met before that was from the town. And I just was kicking it, man. Like, you know, around this time in that block, man, like I'm staying to myself, man. But like everybody was like, yo, that's crazy you moved in to sell Dolo. I'm like, yeah, I'm Dolo, man. You know what I mean? Everybody like, yo, that's what's up, that's what's up. So my man that threw me a feezy, he knew I was just getting out the hole, man. And I needed that joint, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, he don't mess with the la. So he was like, look, I'm just giving you the joint, you know what I mean? You do. I was like, bet. So he gave me the joint. I went in my empty cell and I went up. After I finished, man, I came out the cell litty. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't had a feezy in a minute, man. I came out that joint litty, man. We was on standby for lunch. So we on standby for lunch, man. I'm just feeling good that, you know, I'm out the hole. I just had a feezy, man. Like I'm in a whole new block. I gotta get used to a whole new block, but I didn't care because when you getting out the hole, it don't even matter. It don't even matter, man. Like for real, they can put you anywhere on the compound, man. I just was happy to get out. I'm not behind that door no more. I don't have to get my tray behind that door no more. I don't have to do nothing, man. I don't have to buck on the shower because I got a couple of soups in my box. I didn't have to do none of that no more. When you go out the hole, your freedom feels a little bit back, a little bit. You still locked up, but that hole makes you feel like you extra locked up. So when you get out of that, you feeling a little better. So we went to the chow hall. Everything was straight. I'm kicking it with a couple of dudes. I'm seeing a couple of dudes from other cities that I'm cool with as well. People that's in the building seeing me. I'm out the hole. Weezy was good. I'm kicking it with them. You know, lunch was good. Lunch was decent. By the time we was on our way back to the building, man, when I'm walking back to the building, walking back, everybody feeling good, we chilling. Just had a hamburger tray over that joint, everybody walking back. I look, 4 buildings is connected to 3 buildings. When I had got out the hole, they didn't even bring me outside to take me back to 4 building. When I left the hole in 3 building, they took me through the little entrance way because it's connected. It's like 3 and 4 building is connected and 2 and 1 building is connected on the other side. So they took me through the little shortcut joint and brought me to 4 building. So when I'm walking back to the building, man, I look, man, it's a dude. He got the orange jumpsuit on still, and he's standing at the door with 2 COs. Now, when I look at the dude, he old head looking dude, you know what I mean? Kind of fat dude, a little bit kind of tall, fat guy. And he's standing there, you know what I mean? His beard wolfing. He got a bald head, but you can see his hair growing back on the jump, you know what I mean? But I'm watching him, he looking at our pod, like, then he's seeing a couple people, like, hey, he talking to a couple of people. And then as we walking by, I seen a dude like, hey, where you going at? What party they say you going to? He was like, I'm going to 4B. Dude was like, man, this 4B right here. He was like, for real? Yeah, I'm coming in there. He said, I'm going to cell 27. I promise you, as I was walking and I heard that, I was like, cell 27? I looked down, I was like, that's my word. Everybody heard it that was with me. I stopped, I was like, he was like, Weezy, you heard that? I won't hear nothing. I just was in a blank right now. He was like, Weezy, you hear that? I was like, Weezy, I don't know. Weezy is cool for now. I was like, man, what's going on, man? I was like, man, I hope they ain't want no shit rolling and rolling. I said, my homeboy was like, you hear that, Weezy? I was like, yeah, man. I wanted to tell him I was in a scam days. I'm like, yeah, bro. He was like, you just said, oh, the old head dude coming in your set. I'm like, for real? I'm like, where you from? They was like, I don't know. He ain't from Tidewater, but they was like, I don't know. He from Tidewater, though. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, that's crazy. So I ain't really tripping. I scanned him, and it didn't come back crazy. So I just walked in the building like everybody else. You know, we don't got to go upstairs because 4B is right there. Boom, we go right into 4B. I get inside the pod. I'm like, man, it's crazy. I'm like, man, I don't even get a chance to chill one day dolo. I'm like, this is one day dolo. But this is the consequences of getting out the hole early in the morning. See, them people let me out the hole early in the morning. They really don't let people out there early. But these are my consequences, man. Now they moving an unk in my cell, y'all. So boom. But since I scanned them, you know what I mean? It ain't nothing crazy about him, man. So I seen an old head from the town. I was like, yo, you know dude who they bringing in our block, man? He about to come in my cell. He was like, oh, yeah, I know him. He called his name. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna call his name. We gonna call him Honey Bun Man. That's what we gonna call him. But the dude I'm talking to called his name. He was like, yeah, look, he got locked up in Norfolk, but he ain't from Norfolk. He from such and such. He told me where he was from. I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, he been down forever. He been down a little minute. He cool though. He don't be doing nothing but stow boxing. That's all he want to do is stow box. Yeah, he don't want to do nothing but stow box. That's all he do is get money off stow boxing. I'm like, he be stow boxing. He like, yeah. So I'm like, you know, that could be a good and a bad thing. Like the good thing about it is that he gonna have a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like that could be work out in my favor. Pause. You know what I mean? I'm far as if I need something, I don't have to go far. It's right there in my cell. You got all the items that I need. Now it can be bad because it's gonna be traffic coming to the cell, and I don't really like a lot of traffic coming to my cell, man. So at the end of the day, with him being a stow box guy, this could be the gift and the curse, y'all. So boom. But I'm gonna still give the benefit of the doubt. You hear me? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna see what him coming into my cell gonna bring. You know what I mean? So I just stood by the cell the whole time, right there, like this. I just cleaned the joint. It's nice and clean in the joint. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see what's good. So the slider finally opened up. Slider open up. You see Unc coming like this. Unc pushing his cart like this with one hand. He walked in like this. He like. He looked straight up at 27. He seen me standing right there. He was like, the lady was like, this word Unc came up the steps like this. Unc was like, he came up the steps, super old school. I'm looking at him come up the steps. He gets to the top. He got this little shirt on, the little orange shirt he got on, the little squirrel joint. That shit super tight. But you can see his chest hairs popping out the top of them joints, you know what I mean? He got a belly, he was kind of a fat dude, you know what I mean? He come out, he get up there, he like, who in the cell? You in the cell, young? I'm like, yeah, I'm in the cell. He like, yeah, look, man. I ain't trying to push nothing crazy, man. Look, you know, honest to God. I got a bottom bunk pass, man. You know, my back messed up. I can't climb in no top bunks, man. So, you know, like, I don't know if you know that. I see your stuff on the bottom bunk. I'm like, off the rip, man. Like, him coming with the bottom bunk, try to overrule the bottom bunk on somebody that been there first. I'm gonna feel him there, y'all. So, boom. I kept my composure because I just got out the hole today. I'm like this. I'm like, shh. I look at him. I'm like, so you got a bottom bunk pass? And he was like, yeah. He went in his paperwork real quick. He was like, yeah, I got a bottom bunk pass. So he showed me the joint. I'm like, shh. He like, man, I'm saying like everything else is good. I don't care about nothing else. I need the bottom because I can't climb on the top bunk. So I'm like, that's crazy. You know how wild it is when you got to go back in the room and move your stuff for another man, Buddha? How that feel, man? I was like, shh. I grabbed my mattress, the whole mattress. Took his mattress off, put it on the wall, leaned it over there, grabbed my joint again, threw it on the top bunk. I was like, so I blanket back in. I'm like, this joint crazy, man. Grab my TV, everything. Let him have those boxes. Put my TV up on the bed. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, appreciate that, man. He told me his name, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, what's up, man? Nice to meet you, man. Weezy, man. He was like, all right, that's what's up, man. He was like, yeah, what be going on in this junk? I'm like, nothing, man. So he started making his stuff up. So at first I was in the junk because I'm like, I'm still feeling salty. I'm like, man, old head just strong on me out my bottom bunk game. But I'm looking at him though, like I never been in a predicament when it was an older dude rather, telling me that he had a bottom bunk pass. Like I just felt like I didn't want to fight that. You know what I mean? I'm telling myself now I just gotta maneuver and get out this room. You know what I mean? Like I have to get out the room because I don't want to live on the top bunk. You know what I mean? That's not what I do. I mean, if I have to in the beginning, I will. But my life doesn't evolve on the top bunk. I am a bottom bunk guy. That's just how I go. So I'm like, man, look. So he was like, yeah, what be going on in this junk? I'm like, man, everything good. You know what I mean? Everything good. I just moved in here. Like, I don't really know what's going on. He was like, well, who the stow box in this junk? I'm like, man, I don't know who the stow box is, man. He was like, you from Norfolk, right? I was like, I looked at him like, yeah, how you know that? He was like, yeah, because somebody told me you was from Norfolk. Yeah, somebody told me you was from Norfolk. He was like, but yeah, I used to live in Norfolk, man. Yeah, I used to live out there, man. You know what I mean? Then I moved, man. I moved out to the country. You know, I started getting money out there a long time ago, man. You know, I've been locked up 15 years. I'm like, dang, you already been gone 15 years on. He's like, yeah, I've been gone 15 years, man. Yeah, man. I'm like, man, he already did Tim Tebow game. That's wild. 15 ball? That's crazy right there. I'm like, look, that's what I'm saying, though. I was like, ain't everything straight with us in the cell. I was like, but I'm gonna tell you though, like, I'm gonna try to move though, cause I was like, I do the bottom bunk game, you know what I mean? I was like, I can't really be climbing up on the top bunk either. I don't got no pass or nothing, but but I can't really do the top. He was like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool though, but look, this give me a chance to see who I can move in here and we can work it like that because like I be running the store box. He was like, when I go get my property tomorrow, I'm trying to take over whoever run the store box in here. I'm like, you trying to take over? He like, yeah. He was like, but I ain't trying to cut nobody like, you know what I mean? Cut nobody nuts like that. Like, but I'm, you know, like I get money off the store box. I'm like, for real? I'm like, what you be store box? And he was like, I used to store box everything. He started grabbing his stuff. He's like, I used to store box everything. Yeah, but now I told myself, man, I'm just gonna get money off honey buns now, man. The ices and the regulars, man. That's all I'm gonna do, cause there's more money in that. Everybody like honey buns. So I'm gonna sell the honey buns. So I'm gonna store box the honey buns till I got too many. Then I'm gonna sell them jumps. I'm like, what makes you think that people gonna wanna buy like 50 honey buns? Like that's what you're saying? Like you gonna sell 50 honey buns to somebody to the street to get street money? He was like, yeah, like it be so many people that like honey buns, you'll be surprised. Watch, I'm gonna show you. Stay here long enough, I'm gonna show you, youngin. I'm like, you gonna show me? He was like, yeah, because if it don't make money, it don't make sense, man. Yeah, man. He was like, man, look, I'm about to get myself together right quick, man. I was like, you got it, man. I'm gonna holler at you later. So as I'm leaving out the room, I just seen pull his shirt off and pop his top. Was a fat boy everywhere, y'all. So boom. I was like, I went to the front of the door, I looked, I seen him pop his top. I was like, he started grabbing stuff down here. I'm seeing jelly rolls everywhere. He like, I was like, he's cool right now, Weezy. I was like, he just went to Starbucks. I'll get you out later, man. Door closed, boom. He stay in the room, he get his stuff together. I go downstairs. Everybody like, Weezy, hey, look. What's up, old school? He all right? I'm like, yeah, he good. You know what I mean? He used to live in the town back in the day. You know what I mean? He been gone for a minute already. They're like, for real? I'm like, yeah, he been gone since the early 90s. You know what I mean? Everybody was like, man, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, he been locked up a minute. I was like, but he said he be store boxing though. My homeboy was like, for real? Because you know the two dudes that used to sell y'all moved in, they used to be the store box. I'm like, for real? He was like, it's another dude that be doing it downstairs. You know what I mean? He be having the store box too. But like at the end of the day though, them dudes that was in y'all sale, they was the store box. They was getting the pack and they was the store box. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, somebody told him, an investigator came and told him off. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. So I'm like, well, my roommate talking like when he get his property there, he back in business. But I was like, the only thing he said he's store boxing is honey buns. He was like, honey buns, just honey buns. I'm like, man, say, oh, he store boxing his honey buns because he gonna build them up to the point where he can just sell honey buns. My man was like, man, I knew somebody that used to do that too, man. Somebody that sells honey buns street to street. I'm like, bro, who's buying 50 honey buns, bro? Who be doing that? He was like, you'd be surprised. Somebody that want to start a store box, somebody that want to start a parlay, they don't spend that. You know, honey buns, the ices, they go for $1 a piece. They $1 a piece, so you got 20, that's $20. I'm like, man, I want to hit them with the Young Thug shit. That shit wasn't even invented yet. I want to be like, what did he fucking do, y'all? So boom. 20 buns for $20. Man, you know how many buns that is you got to get for 20 bucks? Like, man, come on, man. But I'm just, you know, I'm hearing dudes out. Like, I'm not used to that hustle. I'm used to the different hustle. I'm used to something different to get that money, y'all. I'm not used to a honey bun grind. I ain't used to that. So he was like, that's crazy. No, he might be all right with that. So me and my mom, we kick it with that. I looked, I see my roommate standing at the door with his shirt off, like, you try to get my attention. I look, oh, you try to come out? He was like, yeah. So I keep the door. You know what I mean? He come out the jump. We're up, came up the steps like this. I was like, hey, you still trying to move? I'm like, yeah, but I ain't putting nothing together yet, though. I'm trying to put something together now. Just chill for a second. He was like, oh, because, you know, yeah, I can get my homeboy moved in the jump. Yeah, he'll come in the jump. He don't have too much problems. He'll get on the top bunk, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, that's what's up. I'm going to let you know when I put it together. So I looked up. He just started, you know what I mean, moving around regularly, man. You know what I mean? Did his little regular activity. I seen he came out the cell with his shower bag. He went straight to the shower after me and him said that about the moving jump. He hopped in the shower. After he got out the shower, he went and got his head back straight. He got his beard knocked back down. Got the bald head back shiny, you know what I mean? And he was back there looking like a regular unk. He was back looking like a regular unk, man. I promise you, man. So me and him chilling. I know for a fact he was waiting to get his property due to the fact that I got out early. They had let me get my property. Excuse me for leaving that out. I had got my property after I had came back immediately. But as soon as I got out the hole, they sent me the property because I had got out early. Usually when you get out in the afternoons, you got to wait till the next day to get your property. But they let me out early, so I had got my property. So After I had got everything straight, so while we was all out in the park, my roommate over there, the lady called his last name. So the lady called his last name. He leave out. So he go on the property, he scrub. Man, that man was hot. You know what I mean? He leave out. This word, probably like 30 minutes later. 30 minutes later, he come back. It's him and another dude. This word, like, it was another dude that wasn't even in our part. I think he was a yard man or something like that. But they come back in, this word. At first, I see my roommate come through the door. He got his box in his hand. And I see a dude pushing the cart. You know what I mean? The dude work on the yard. He pushing the cart. He come in the park. He was like, hey. He went up the steps like this. He was like, he dropped the box. You can tell when the value on that joint, he dropped. He said, hey, CL, over 27 up. Over 27. Push that joint open up. The dude had the car. He was like, he pushed the joint to the tip of the steps. This word. He was like, hey, Sally. Hey, Sally, you help me get some of that stuff, man, out the box. I was like, yeah. Y'all was trying to be nosy anyway. I walked to the box. When I walked to the box, y'all, I looked in the box. Man, this man had a box of, I promise y'all, man, this man had a box of honey buns. He had a box of honey buns. I don't even know how these people let him keep this many honey buns, man. This man had a box of honey buns, man. Like it was crazy to see, man. This man had a million honey buns, y'all. So boom. I was like, the yard man dude was like, man, I was saying the same thing, man. Like, how you get all them honey buns, man? I was like, man, that's crazy. I was like, I never seen this many honey buns in a box. He was like, man, it's probably about 40 of them. It ain't that many though. It's probably, I was like, man, that joint, wow. Man, I grabbed a box. I'm like, grab that joint. Take the joint upstairs, boom, drop it right there. Went back down and grabbed his TV. He was coming halfway. I gave him his TV. You know what I mean? So he went back down. You know what I mean? I looked up. The yard man was standing there like he was waiting on something. He came back down the steps like this. This is my word. My son came back down the steps. All you heard was plastic. He was like, he was like, yeah, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, here you go, man. You know what I mean? Yard man was like, I appreciate you, man. This word, he paid the yard man with icy whites, y'all. So boom. I was like, yard man was like, took them jumps, I'm holler at you. Got my celly up and left. Word, my celly went back up the steps slow this time. He went upstairs like a little fat boy. He get up the steps. I come up there. He was like, yeah, man. See, now, got my property. He said, watch what I do. Watch what I do. I said, what you gonna do? He's like, man, listen, man. I'm the best that ever did it, man. I'm the best that ever did this stuff, man. One thing about it, man, I don't eat this stuff. That's number one. That's number one I got on him, man. He said, I don't eat this stuff. And he said, number two, I am a superior hustler, man. If it don't make money, it don't make what? It don't make what, nephew? I was like, don't make sense. He was like, it don't make sense. It ain't making no goddamn sense if you ain't talking about no money. He said, if you ain't talking about no money, it ain't making no goddamn sense to me, man. So watch what I do. Just watch what I do. I was like, I'm saying though, I'm like, you know, somebody just told me that the dudes that was in this sale, I said, because you know, when I moved in, I was dolo. I said, they told me that the people that were in this sale were the store box dudes, you know what I mean? So I was like, they gone. He says another dude down there that do something, but he's like, his joint ain't like that though, you know what I mean? So he was like, that's all I needed to hear. Now there's room for me. But he was like, I ain't stepping on no toes though, nephew, because I ain't store boxing no tuna fish and soups and chips. No, I'm store boxing honey buns. I said, so what if somebody want a cinnamon roll? He was like, I ain't got them. I ain't got them. They go bad too fast. I ain't got them. I ain't got them. I got all icy whites and regulars and ices. That's all I got. I'm like, man, that's wild, man. I was like, he about to snap like that. He was like, man, listen, man, this is what I do. This is what I do. He said, you see these box of honey buns right here? I was like, yeah. I was like, how much in there, man? I said, man, I ain't never seen that many honey buns stacked up. They were stacked up perfectly. I was like, how many honey buns in that joint? He was like, shh. Yeah, watch. Yeah, it's 45 in there. Yeah. Watch I turn this 45 to 90.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your